How to improve your self-confidence. There was a young boy named Amir. He lived in a small town with his family. Amir was kind and hard-working, but he had one big problem. He did not believe in himself. At school, Amir was always quiet. He knew the answers, but he did not speak. When the teacher asked a question, his heart started to beat fast. What if I am wrong? He thought. What if people laugh at me? So he stayed silent. Other students spoke. Some made mistakes. Some were correct. But Amir said nothing. The fear inside. One day the teacher said, "Tomorrow each student will speak in front of the class." Amir felt afraid. He went home and sat in his room. He looked at the paper in his hand. "I can't do this," he said softly. "I am not confident." His mind was full of negative thoughts. I will forget my words. I will make mistakes. Everyone will laugh. He felt small and weak. A simple conversation. That evening, his older sister Sarah came into his room. "Why are you so quiet?" she asked. Amir told her everything. Sarah listened carefully. Then she smiled and said, "Amir, confidence is not something you are born with. It is something you build." Amir looked at her. "Build?" he asked. "Yes," she said. "Like a muscle. You train it every day." The first lesson. Sarah gave him a simple idea. "Start small," she said. "Confidence grows with action." Amir did not fully understand, but he decided to try. The next day at school, the teacher asked a simple question. Amir felt fear again. His heart started to beat fast. His mind said, "Don't do it. You will make a mistake." He looked around. Other students were ready to answer. For a moment, he stayed still. Then he remembered Sarah's words, "Start small." Slowly, he raised his hand. The teacher looked at him. "Yes, Amir." Amir opened his mouth to speak, but his voice was weak. I think the answer is—" He stopped for a second. He forgot the next word. There was a short silence. Someone in the class whispered softly. Another student looked away. Amir felt his face get hot. His mind shouted, "Stop! Sit down! This is a mistake!" He wanted to quit. But then something changed. He took a small breath, and he tried again. "I think the answer is because it changes over time." This time his voice was still not strong, but it was clear enough. A small victory. The teacher nodded slowly. "Not bad, Amir," she said. "You are close." It was not a perfect answer. It was not a big success, and the class was quiet. No one clapped, no one said anything. But Amir did not feel the same as before. Yes, he made a mistake. Yes, it was uncomfortable, but he did something important. He did not stop. He did not run away. He finished what he started. After class, he sat alone for a moment. He thought about what happened. "I was scared, and I still spoke," he said quietly. For the first time, he did not feel weak. He felt a little stronger. Not because everything went well, but because he did not give up. And deep inside, a small voice said, "This is how confidence begins." Amir decided to continue. Every day he tried something small. He asked a question. He shared an idea. He spoke a little more. Sometimes it was easy, sometimes it was hard, but he kept going. One day Sarah said, "Confidence also comes from your thoughts. When you think I can't, you feel weak. When you think I can try, you feel stronger." Amir started to notice his thoughts. Before, he always said, "I am not good enough." Now he changed it to, "I am learning." Facing fear. Again. The day of the presentation arrived. Amir stood in front of the class. His hands were shaking. His heart was beating fast. He looked at the students. Some were listening, some were not. Again, fear came. "I can't do this," his mind said. But this time he answered back, "I can try." He took a deep breath, and he started to speak. Not perfect, but brave. Amir made mistakes. He forgot some words. At one moment, he stopped. The room became quiet, but he did not leave. He smiled a little and continued. Slowly, he finished his presentation. This time, a few students clapped. Not everyone, but it was enough. A real change. After that day, Amir felt different. He was still learning. He was still sometimes afraid. But now he believed in himself more. Helping others. One day, a new student came. He was quiet and nervous. Amir saw himself in him. He said, "It's okay to feel afraid. Just start small." The student smiled. Amir understood something important. Confidence is not being perfect, never feeling fear, always being strong. Confidence is trying when you're afraid, continuing after mistakes, believing you can improve. A strong future. Years later, Amir became confident. He spoke in front of many people, but he never forgot his first small step.